We're joined by Nrupesh Shah, who is the Executive Director at Symphony. Uh, and of course, let me try and get straight at it. Q2 was a tough quarter. Does Q3 get better on the back of festive demand? How do you look at Q3 trending up?
No, so as far as demand trend is concerned, of course, there was unseasonal rain and last summer was not so good. But despite that, in summer of 23, we registered the second highest sales at a company level, despite there was a decent amount of pre-season inventory. And then back of that, in September quarter, which is an off season, our India domestic sale is in line with September 22 quarter. So that shows the pool for the brand, that shows the trade confidence. And this is despite the fact that in some pockets of the country, there is a high inventory. Of course, there are many pockets where there is a normal inventory.
Right, and some geographies in India, we saw that Q1 had a slightly higher inventory. How is it shaping up in Q2, and when do you expect to start to see inventory normalize? What should be the time that it should take for you to normalize that piece?
So high inventory is in some part of the northern India, some part of the central India, essentially in these parts. And by and large, the retail consumer sales happens starting February. Having said that, there is somewhat retail sales during September and October month, but mainly it should get settled in upcoming summer season starting February.
Right, and you mentioned the company's gained market share, right? What's the current market share, and what is the kind of internal targets, goals that you or guidances that you have for FY25?
So Symphony is very much a numero uno in air cooler industry when it comes to the organized sector. And we are very much maintaining our market share of 50 percentage. It is number two to number five players who keep on changing in between. So this is despite the fact that in last 5 to 7 years, many new players have entered, and we have very much maintained our market share.
Right. Q2 has seen a bit of a margin expansion. So what's really aided these margins? And is this margin of around 15% console on an 15% EBITDA margin on a console basis, is that sustainable for the rest of the year?
Yeah, that's what we believe, and that's what we are striving towards it.
Right, and if you can talk to us about the Australia as well as Mexico business, could you share some numbers as to what sort of margin can you register, and what is the kind of revenue growth that one can expect from these geographies?
So as far as our international subsidiaries are concerned, it was a mixed bag. Coming to IMCO Mexico, it registered the highest ever first half sale. So YOY, it has registered top line growth in excess of 50%, and now it stands around 103 crore. And at EBITDA level, it is about 18 crore versus 8 crore year before. However, Climate Technology Australia, it is having headwinds. There are local negative macro as well as micro factors. But as a part of the complete revamping of the business model and transition to asset light, capital light, outsource business model, by next year, we expect the business to stabilize over there.
Right, and any specific launches planned in terms of products, any specific discounts for the festive season? What can one expect?
So new launches, innovation is part of DNA and in blood of Symphony. So there will be continuous new launch of the products down the line at appropriate time, which model in which segment it will be shared. As far as festive season is concerned, right now, otherwise also there is a decent pricing available to the dealer and distributor, and that is suffice to take care of the festive demand. However, particularly the duet model as well as few other model which are exigency category or ancillary category as such, meeting with the kitchen requirement, veranda and some specific requirement, there have been specific promotion scheme.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us that context on Symphony and all that we can expect on the company going forward. But, we have an exclusive interaction with the founder of Ola Electric, none other than Bhavesh Agarwal. He's going to talk to us about what can drive faster EV penetration, the ecosystem, how is it developing, and we'll have all of that for you in an exclusive chat which he had with Nikunj Dalmia, who's the managing editor of ET Now. That's at 1:30, but with that, we're completely out of time on this edition of The Newsroom. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for that 1:30 exclusive.